Oh, Lily, can you tell us a little bit about the story walk that you created for the woods for your community? What were some of the things you had to start with and consider when you first were approached with this project?
So we were first approached with it, and Mr. Bizon and Mrs. Crossman said, "Do you guys want to do this?" And we all said yes. So then we went out into the woods after we read the book, and we looked at all the places in our woods that we could relate to the book. And we took pictures, and we wrote down information on the iPads, and we came back in, and we just discussed all the information, and we spread out each page, and we said, okay, so how does our woods relate to this part of the book, and how does our woods relate to this part, so that we could all figure out what relates to what and not just put information.
And did you ever have to consider your audience when building this book?
Yes, we made infographics to go with the book so that there was information, and we made two. We split the sides of the book, and on one side we had little kids, so we had to find basic information about our woods that younger kids could understand, including the vocabulary. And then we researched for older kids, which was more complex stuff, and then we put that on the other side of the page.
Okay, so you sound like you went out and you gathered all your information first and you saw how the pages in the book might connect with our woods, and then you considered your audience when building and knowing what information to put in the book. But I'm wondering is, once you decided your audience and the information that would be good, how did you find out facts? Like, how did you get your information that would go into, I think you said, an infographic?
So first we went online and we researched anything about the Lake George Adirondacks woods, and if we were left short with the information that we couldn't find anything, we contacted people. And some people were actually in the school that we had to contact because they knew some information about what we could say. And then we also had to email weathermen and other people so that we could find out weather and stuff in our area so that we could put that in the book.
Awesome. And so after you gathered all of your information that would go into um, the story walk on your page of the story walk, how did you share that information with in the story walk? What did that look like when you gathered all your facts? What did you do with it, I guess?
So first, after we got it all our information in, we typed it into Canva and made two little, I think they called them bookmarks on Canva. They're about this long, and we typed them all up, and then Ms. Crossman and Mr. Design checked for our spelling errors and stuff. And once we got that all typed out and ready, we printed them, and then we stuck them on a piece of paper, which the book was in the middle of the paper, and then we had younger kids on one side and older kids on the other side, so that it was consistent throughout the whole book.
Yes. So what you're saying is you created like an infographic that went on the sides.
Yes.
So in the center of the book was the page of the book that you were working on. And then on the side was your infographics. One had the younger kids infographic on one side, and on the other side, you had the older kids infographic. And your information about the connection with the woods and the story was in that infographic.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so you have all your pages, you've put them together, and so each group in the class did a different page.
Each group had two pages too, that they were in charge of doing.
Awesome. And once they were in the book, or once they were all laid out with the infographics and the page in the center, what happened next? What did you do with those?
So next we had to figure out something that would keep them alive and working through many years because of the weather that we have here. So we went online, we looked it up, and we found some plexiglass that we thought would work. So we contacted Mr. Conway, and he ordered that for us. And then Mr. Sleddy and Mr. Bizon worked after school and put them together. And they found out a great way to put them together. So before they put them together, we all stained them so that they had the right color that we wanted. And then they were all put together. And then the end of the year came, so we had to wait till the next year. And then we contacted the custodians to ask them if they could put the studs in so that we could actually put up these books that we made. And then eventually, after we got it all put up, we went outside. Me and Oscar and a couple of younger kids helped us out, actually, and we put up all of the pages. And then on our Fall Festival night, we did a ribbon cutting, and everyone got to walk through and see our story walk.
When you say everyone, who is everyone?
Everyone is parents that wanted to come, and any other part of the community that came, and we had, I think, some Board of Education people and some PTSO people came.
Yes. So it sounds like you had your first ribbon cutting, you had your first group of people go through. Since then, have you done any revisiting of the story walk and had to make any changes or think about any new challenges that maybe you weren't expecting now that it's kind of had a little bit of a life out in the woods?
So yes, we have gone back and redid that. The plexiglass had a couple cracks in it, so water would seep into there every time it rained, and pine needles got stuck on the edges, so it kind of built up. So we had gone out there 3 or 4 times to just look at it and check it, and we realized we need to make a change to them. And we were working a couple of young scholars ago, and we planned out the improvements we could make, care that needed to happen, and then anything we could do to weatherproof it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we worked on a Padlet, so anyone who did anything to help or had any other ideas wrote that down on there so that we could keep track of that.
So what makes Padlet a nice tool for that?
So it's shared with everybody, and you can just put information down. So it makes it an easy tool because you can just type and it's all down. And then a couple weeks ago, one of our stories actually fell off when a tree fell down on it. So we had to bring that one back in and fix it up and then put it back out. So it's going back out there soon.
Nice. So what did you learn about this whole process you went through? It sounds like there was a lot of brainstorming, trying things, giving it a shot, seeing how it went, and then going back to the drawing boards, reflecting, and seeing what you could do to improve things. How was that process for you?
So it was quite interesting because we were so excited it was all done and it was going up, and then we realized it was leaking, and it got a little frustrating at some points because we didn't know what to do to fix it. But now we're getting closer to an idea that could fix it, and we have some kids that think that they have a perfect idea that can fix it, and we're really hoping to try that out soon.
Yes. So what have you learned about new challenges? Like if you were going to take what you've learned from this and apply it to life, like what have you learned about the process of creating something?
I think I've learned that if you're working in a group, you really have to work together and take everyone's ideas. Because if we hadn't been working in groups and we had been doing this by ourselves, it would not have been as good.
Mm-hmm.
Because the information just was passed on, and you could be like, well, this works, but this doesn't, and you could actually talk to the partner.
Yeah.
And then also I kind of learned that you can't always throw something up there really quickly, because as we know, the plexiglass has some cracks in it. So I think if we spent a little bit more time brainstorming, researching, then we could have had that up, and it could have stayed up. So
yeah. So do you think there's a definite process to learning or doing things? So when you're creating and designing, is there a process that you kind of go through?
yes.
So what would that process be for you?
So first we're wondering about what we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're finding our information, and then we're going back and editing and seeing what's good after we put it all down, after we're done with the research, and then we're sharing it with the world.
Awesome. And then are you done after you share? Because you guys sound like you
Not
shared your book,
usually.
your story walk.
Usually, if you share it and then something happens, you go back to the beginning and you go again around the circle.
Yep, that's it. Good. Thanks, Lily.